Hello, everybody, and welcome to VariablePlay's News. Hello, I'm Denmark, and with me is...
Oh, this is Jake Fernandez po, nag-uulat,
And this is Ronan Teruel, nag-uulat din.
naglilingkod. Dapat ganun.
So, how are you guys in this very rainy and wet week? And it's so rainy.
What a crazy week. Yeah.
I don't think anybody has been free from getting wet this weekend.
I
This
know.
over the last few weeks.
It's
just
just
today.
water everywhere.
It's
So,
water
for
everywhere.
fellow guys, board gamers who go out to work, ingat kayo and always keep dry and dalhin nyo na yung mga dapat yung dalhin expecting na maulan.
Uulan.
Right. Wag na makipagsapalaran, no?
Good evening to Danilyn, who's also tuning in. Hello, Monkey
Hello.
Place. How are you? I hope you're staying dry, Danilyn. We were just talking about the weather. Because we are a news channel.
Weather to play.
we are a news channel.
We are a news channel, so we do have to talk about the weather. So
And
there you go.
Yes.
Since we're a news channel, we can also talk about sports. Congratulations for our gold win.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Oo.
Diaz.
Here's a
tama,
quiz.
di ba?
Here's a
Oo.
quiz to everyone online. How do you pronounce her name? Kasi ang dami nag-iimbento kung paano i-pronounce yung pangalan.
Di ba
Ano nga
Heidelin?
ba?
It's Heidelin.
Hi, Dylan.
Dylan?
Pero nakita ko na Hidilin eh. Hi, Dylan.
Because H-I.
Oo.
H-I. Yung nickname niya, H-I-D. How do you pronounce it? Heidelin.
Hi, Dylan. Hi, Dylan. But, congratulations to Hi, Dylan.
And also for the
Congrats
others
to
who
our
are
first
trying
ever
to win
gold medal.
other medals.
I
Right?
think
Yes.
we already have another Filipina, the
For
boxer.
gold? For gold?
No,
Or she's fighting for gold?
We are secured. We are secured for
a medal. Right.
For a medal.
Cool.
So,
Hey, it's a good
Ang mga
time.
Pilipina nagbubuhat ng buong bansa. Thank
Totoo
God.
yan.
Thank
Totoo
God.
yan. Hi to Ron, who's also just tuning in. Hi, Ron. I hope you're
Hi,
staying
Ron.
dry. Other Ron, because we do have a Ron on right now. But hi,
Yes,
Ron
sir.
Villaver.
Cool.
But yeah, I hope everybody's staying dry. One of the things that we wanted to do, like as people come into the show, is we are a news channel and we do look through. I think who doesn't look at Board Game Geek every day? I think everybody who knows board
Yeah.
games, probably
Of
board
course.
game. But we cannot catch all the news. So be
Exactly.
Sometimes in the chat, tell us if there's anything that we missed, anything that you're loading.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, did I drop? Okay. If there's anything that's newsworthy, just tell us in the chat and let us know.
Yeah.
Of course, then
we're
And
gonna-
after
news.
our news and after our report, we'll be discussing these news with you. So we'll also report the news that you share with us.
Right. So this is not just us three, but it's a community newsroom.
Yeah.
Just so happens
You
that
find no word
we are the
about
ones
in the community.
who are here. All right. So here we go. I hope you guys are ready. And now we're gonna bring you... What's happening to Jake? Is it Jake?
I'm choppy.
Jake,
Suddenly I'm choppy.
Jake, what happened to you, bro?
Oh
We're
my
gonna bring
God,
them the
I'm
news
choppy.
now. I think you're
Suddenly
good now.
choppy. I'm good now.
All right. Yes.
Nag-fail bigla yung internet eh.
Since you're good now, I hope everybody's ready. We're now gonna bring you the headlines.
Headline.
I love the transition. Meron na tayong kalampag, isang kalampag para sa news headlines.
That is a work in progress, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, at least it works, right? Okay. Hello, Ace. All right. Thank you for joining us. All right. First news. I think
Right.
something's wrong with Jake. So bad. All right. We're gonna be reporting on
The
the
SDJ.
SDJ.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes,
Can you hear
we
me?
can.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Ito, on the ground right now, signal mga guys. And may night
Field reporter si Jake right now.
Sa Germany ako right now, medyo mahina yung data dito, hindi ma. But But
Right.
anyway, last week it was announced the Spiel des Jahres winners are
Mm.
basically the German Board Game of the Year award, which is basically the equivalent of probably the biggest award you can get in the hobby right now, outside
Yes, that's
of
true.
what comes out Gen Con, outside of what comes out in the Board Game Geek and the Dice Tower
Mm.
Awards. No,
In the Dice
so
Tower Awards, yes.
correct. So there's three like categories to this, and initially the Kinderspiel de Jahres, which is the Children's Game Award. There's the which is basically
Yes.
the Game of the Year award, and then there's the Spiel de Jahres, which is the Complex Game of the Year award. And as you can see on the screen, these were the winners. Paleo took away the win for Kennerspiel. Micro Macro
Yeah.
Prime City took the win for Spiel de Jahres. And
Mm-hmm.
Spiel, sorry, baka mapagalitan ako ng mga kasama kong German dito. And Dragomino won
Spiel.
Kinderspiel Award for the
Right.
year. Spiel.
Did you guys
And these are all very
did you guys
exciting. This
bet on this?
I
See what's
did.
happening
I
to
I
did.
made the prediction. Oh my god.
Nice.
I'm feeling,
So
You
you
made
I'll
the
try.
prediction.
made your prediction. Okay, so while your internet is trying to connect, I lost with Paleo. I wanted Arnak to win, but
She wanted Arnak to win just like any other person. Thank
but if you can also see, most of these games are co-op, right? I think they're all
Yes.
co-op, if I'm not mistaken. Tama ba, Jake? Am I right?
I
They're
am
all
not
co-op.
sure with Paleo though.
I'm back. I'm back.
I am
Okay,
not.
Yes,
perfect.
yes, you are,
So
Jake.
all of
Jake,
I'm back
Jake,
on
hello,
the
Jake.
ground.
Yes,
But no, but the two winners are co-ops. You're right. So Paleo and
right.
Micro Macro are co-ops, and that's interesting,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like really a reflection
Mm,
of the current taste in games of people.
yeah.
Helping each
I
other.
guess it is also
I
brought about
guess.
by the situation we're in, diba?
That's true.
Wherein co-op is like more how do you, gateway friendly. I'm not really sure, but I mean the experience itself, as I remember, people are more inclined to play when they're not really competing, right?
That's
Like
true.
Yes.
imagine it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
imagine in a family setting, right? So I guess having to introduce a game such as co-op game is more welcoming to families and in
Right.
that parang genre.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. What are you looking forward
Mm.
the most to play among these?
Uh,
Uh Paleo has a
micro,
good
ma-
art.
micro, macro.
Paleo has good art.
I've
Pero
heard
micro
people
macro
want both.
seems
Yeah.
micro macro seems interesting.
Why not both, right? So
Why not?
that's
Why not
Why
both?
not all
why not?
three?
Why
Right?
not three? Why not all three
Why
of them?
not all?
Why not
Cool.
all three
All
indeed?
right. So those are the
So
winners. We hope you got your winnings from your bets.
there's
Anybody
betting
So
involved.
I have no idea
yeah,
if some
so
of them did.
go get your copies, guys. So if you
Hopefully
can,
soon, when this
if
is
you get
gonna
a
be
You can't
on
handful
our
of
you,
these,
shores.
you can't get your copies right now because they're all sold out. The moment people
Yes,
found out
or
that these games won, all of these went
mm,
out.
or out
Like
of
the
print,
couple of days actually, yeah, out of print.
right?
In between print runs right now, but as soon as
Mm-hmm.
they're back,
right, yeah,
Cool.
I'm sure
All right.
some can get a hold of overseas.
Okay. All right. Next news. Continuing our stories with fake things,
whoa,
Whoa,
counterfeits.
whoa,
Here we
whoa,
go.
whoa. I think this is another headline that we saw happen last week.
mm,
We don't have an actual picture, but it says the headline is Amazon customers beware. So last week, sometime on the Magic the Gathering Reddit groups on the
mm.
interwebs, there came this report that somebody ordered these booster boxes of Time
Oh yeah,
Spiral
I saw
expansion.
this. Right, right.
Time
Yeah.
Spiral is like very, you know how expensive Magic can get, right? So I to give people an example,
Access to
a box of this, a booster box of this costs around 10,000 pesos.
What?
mm.
So you can see on the screen, there's like four of
What?
these boxes,
So
and
that's
then the news came.
40,000?
Yep, and the news came
What?
out that when he opened these boxes and he ordered this from
Some are fake.
Amazon, they were all tampered. So this is the
They
screen
were all
showing that
reseals, right? Is that
they
what
were
they
all
do?
reseals. Correct.
There you go.
Correct. They
Right.
were all reseals. So there's been more and more news coming out that because of how Amazon does their inventory, which is what you call co-mingling, which is
Mm-hmm.
meaning they will buy their
Mm.
supply from all of different suppliers, all of different shops, online shops,
Yes, exactly.
and then when you sell, they will just get it from a general stock. Who they don't track who supplied that stock. They don't track who owns that
Oh, all
stock.
right. All right.
Mm.
These things can happen, right? So these things can happen. So all these four boxes were tampered with. And this is not the first time that there's been news that the commingling inventory of Amazon has been an issue. So beware, folks, beware of these
My
things
gosh.
happening when you order on Amazon.
Not just with Magic. I think. I
Yeah, not just with Magic.
I think
Yeah,
go.
since a
It
lot more
goes
people
for
have
anything.
access nowadays to overseas shopping sites such as Amazon, so we better be careful then with our
Yeah,
purchases because
With
it's
yeah, yeah.
with
difficult
the
to ask for refunds then, since these are overseas then. Mahirap
And
ang
for how
logistics,
much it
guys.
costs, right? For how much it costs,
Exactly.
you 10,000 per box, 36 packs, 24 packs.
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
How many?
that's a lot of other games. Yeah, no, around. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's roughly
36.
between 36
36,
probably in
right?
this one.
Yeah, 36
But
booster
man, that's still
packs.
cardboard. That's still expensive cardboard.
Right.
That's
But
still expensive. Yes.
but
Expensive
then
card.
but then I guess this is newsworthy also to beware for everybody because sometimes there's also been news of counterfeit games on Amazon, not board
Right.
games, not
Yes.
just Magic the Gathering. And
Mm-hmm.
Sir Freddy is saying in the chat that this has
Mm.
been an ongoing issue with Amazon.
Right.
So beware, folks.
It's so dangerous to
Mm.
order
Don't
nowadays.
spend
All
your
right.
10,000 pesos on Amazon. Just spend it somewhere else.
On your FLGS,
On
right?
your
Support your
FLGS.
FLGS, right? All right.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
For our next news, and this is something for the gamers. Well, we're all gamers, but video gamers and us board gamers who play on video or whatever.
Yeah, right. So yeah, so Steam Deck has been announced as with the prices then. This is from Valve. So basically, it's a handheld gaming device, claiming that it can play any of your Steam games
Yes, it says whatever's
remotely.
in your Steam directory, you can carry it with you. So all the
Exactly.
games in
Yes.
Steam. Wow. How
So you
powerful.
can play a lot of board games
Board
on the
games.
go with 64 gig, 256, and 512 gig. That's a lot
Ooh,
of
but
board games.
look at those prices though. Like
Yeah,
six
exactly.
fifty, 35K somewhere there, am I right? Seven hundred
Yeah. So we
dollars.
were discussing whether it was more economic friendly rather than just buying the Steam Deck. Is just buy a small gaming laptop or something like that. But yeah, that's more of
But it can't be
discussion
handheld.
later.
It
Yeah, it
can't
can
be
be handheld.
handheld. Right. So I think that's a
Sure,
selling
sure,
point.
sure.
But
Yeah,
hey, if
but
you
if
can
you are
play
going
your
to play board games with this device, that's a lot of board games. I'm just
but
telling
but
you.
we were but we were just joking at the start, right? That why don't you just bring your own board games around rather
But
than
exactly,
bring this around?
if you are going
Um,
to play board games outside and with other people, might as well bring an actual board game.
Yeah, but I think the Steam
Yeah,
Deck is more for those who really are
yeah,
playing different games on Steam, not just board
that's
games. I
true.
mean,
No, I'm
that's a
sure.
plus, right? The board games are a plus.
yeah.
And like
Definitely,
Kyo is
this is
saying,
weird.
it might change the course of technology if something handheld can be that high powered. Hey, the future
Mhm.
looks so bright for us,
Exactly.
And we've
right?
seen Switch get on board the board game train and have Wingspan, for example, and
Mm-hmm.
Mystic Veil. I played
Hmm.
it on my Switch. So who knows what
Yep.
else they can do with this kind of platform?
Right.
Hmm.
Okay,
Might as well
cool.
get
So
the 512 gig.
you're gonna get that 512. That's 650. That's 35K. I don't have
64
that.
gig is like what, two games in Steam?
Just don't buy this at Amazon. That's the thing.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Wise words. Wise words. All right. So those are our headlines. And
Imagine, no? Pagkuha mo
besides
brick
the
game.
headlines,
Kuha mo ba to? Nangyari na yata yun. Saan bumili ako sa eBay? Bato yung pagdating.
So, if you
Oh
don't
my
want to
God.
get those, buy on your reputable stores or your FLGS. Okay, so
But then
those
Yes.
are
again, yes.
our
Proceed.
headlines, and we're gonna go to more board game news. All right, board game announcements.
You know that transition is growing on me.
Yeah, cool.
I feel
Cool.
like we can make it our own.
I
Right.
really
So,
have to have a discussion
guys,
with you guys
if
about
if
this
you if you like
transition
our
later.
stinger, please say yes. If no, then ask Jake to make one. Or Ron.
That was
Okay,
that's Denmark stinger, by the way.
more news, more board gaming announcements. Here we go. The first one.
The Queen's Dilemma. Okay, so if
Queen's
people
Dilemma.
haven't put two and two together yet, this is the supposed sequel to the King's Dilemma, which was a
Yes.
co-op game released. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guess 2 years ago already, a year ago.
It's kind of
Um,
a legacy game, right?
it's
Legacy
a
co-op.
legacy game wherein the whole concept of the game is you are playing as one of nobles in a fantasy kingdom, and you will in as the game progresses, you will make decisions that will have lasting impact on the storyline of your game. Like, will you feed the peasants? Will you imprison the pirates? Things like that. And then remember that it was Kingdom Teruel who did not feed the peasants. So that's
Yes,
how
negotiations.
because
Yes.
and then this game, The Queen's Dilemma, is a sequel to that. Supposedly, they will make the decision making a bit bigger. Before, it was
Mm-hmm.
more of you were imagining. There weren't really a map per se in the King's Dilemma, but in the Queen's
Mm.
Dilemma, there's going to be a map. So I would think a couple of our decisions will be location based, and
Location
then a
based.
couple more interesting things they may have learned from the
Mm-hmm.
first from the first game. So that's the Queen's Dilemma.
So if
Interesting.
you
Coming
love,
out next year, I think.
yeah, I think it's next year,
Mm.
early next year. So if you guys are in love King's Dilemma or you played King's Dilemma, maybe you might want to check out Queen's Dilemma for part
Mm.
two. All right, next, this one I kind of might want to get a new one because here it is.
Jamaica. Jamaica is this another
Jamaica.
reprint of an older game. So for a long time, Jamaica was one of the when you talk about what is a good gateway game to start in the hobby,
Yeah,
Jamaica
Jamaica.
would be
It's
top
Mm.
right
of
up
that.
there. Right.
Yeah, right up there. It was Ticket to Ride, Carcassonne, and
Pandemic.
Settlers of Catan were the top. And then for a while, part of that list was Jamaica. But I guess this
Mm-hmm.
has been kind of put on the wayside for a while now with the more popular
Mm.
sexier games recently.
Sexier
Mm. Mm.
games.
Sexier games. So now Jamaica is getting a reprint. It's gonna get its rightful place among the
Yes.
sexy gateway games.
It's
This
like it did
reprint
a diet
it did a diet and it came back
and
with
facelift.
a facelift, a better nose, a
I
sexier
think
bosom.
what
Um,
what I heard was that most of it is still the same, except one
Mm.
major change will be the rule book. Because remember, the rule book of Jamaica is like a real treasure map.
correct.
If you're trying
Mm.
to find what rule it is, you're just gonna follow that trail. Right now, they're gonna do it the
Yeah.
normal way, I think. A
Yeah,
few art,
even the map seems familiar. I think it's
yeah,
still the
I don't
same.
think they changed the map. When
they
I'm
didn't
looking at
change
the picture,
anything.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just
I
like
know a
in
few art they did. A few of the art that they
Yeah,
have, they
definitely the
did.
box art.
And I like the box art more than the first one, although the first one
Mm.
was more thematic as a treasure chest. But this
Eh,
one
correct me if I'm
grabs
wrong.
your
The
eye.
box used to be a long box. Tama ba?
Yeah, it's a
It's
it's
a
a
long
long
big
box.
box,
box.
diba?
It was one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
coffin sized, not coffin sized, but
Yeah, yeah,
quite
yeah.
big.
But yes, the long box.
That was what we
And,
called the FFG boxes before, coffin sized boxes. In Jamaica, kind of was like a mini coffin.
Yeah,
and I
this is one
heard,
of those intro programming games, right? Because you choose
yes, in a
whether
way,
It's a
to
right,
racing
right.
move
game
forward.
and a
Day
programming
and night,
game.
right.
Yeah.
Um, remember that rule where if you go to a place and you cannot buy, or you cannot pay for the resource, you have to go back and go back until you can pay or you reach the deck or the port. Do you remember that rule in Jamaica? I think
I
they changed that rule, so
mm,
that's
Cannot
not gonna be
remember.
there
It's
anymore.
been a while since I played this game. So,
I
but I'm
cannot
looking forward to
remember.
playing it again.
Cool.
Probably
All
it's
right.
a game-changing rule for them, Mark. Kaya na naalala. Talo
I,
ka!
You
Talo
know
ka!
why? Because it's kind of annoying where you go back and then you can't you fight with another pirate. You go back again because you still can't pay. You fight with another pirate and then it prolongs the game. So
Mm-mm.
that's one thing I didn't like. So maybe they fix it, made it better. All right, so that's Jamaica for you. Next will
Mhm.
be reported by Ron, and it's about
Yeah.
one of his
So
games.
which I recently sold. But moving on,
You just sold it.
Fort is coming up with a new expansion. It's called Cats and Dogs. So this introduces two new modules to Fort. If you are not familiar with Fort, it's a deck building game by Leader Games. It's you play as kids basically, trying to have and make the best fort, right?
New
So it's
friends,
end
new
game
animal
victory
friends.
points. Yeah. So again, in Cats and Dogs, there's two modules introduced into the game. Obviously, one is cats, the other is dogs, and they play
No,
differently, but
really?
you can play them both at the same time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
that
cool, cool.
Cats introduces a mechanic wherein if you have the most cats, you earn more victory points at the
Oh,
end.
okay.
And cats are fiddly, so they move from player to player. If I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then
just like
dogs,
real cats moving from
yes,
apartment
just
to
like
apartment.
yes, exactly. It's not as if they don't have loyalty. Yeah, but
All right.
so it's endgame victory points. Dogs as well. The dogs module is also an endgame victory point um, addition. So dogs, you kind of want to parang lure them in. So ang mechanic niya is the dogs go to the player who has certain suits.
Okay.
Yeah, so yung cards kasi sa fort have different suits, and when you
Mm-hmm.
play the right suits, the dogs come to your
Cool.
basically your
So wala rin
yard.
silang loyalty, basically. That's what you're saying.
Di
Even the
naman, di
dogs
naman.
don't have
Kasi
loyalty.
they did go to the first person naman. They don't parang lipat-lipat, I think. First
The
person
pack,
yata,
the alpha
makakuha.
dog. They
Goes
follow
to
the
the
alpha dog,
kennel, to the dog house, kumbaga.
Okay,
right?
perfect.
What
Alright, so that's it for the
There you go, the
fort
what
dogs.
I
expansion,
what I love
cats and
about
dogs.
this is that they can also fit in that um, fort
Box.
box, right? Even the
Yes,
expansion
exactly.
can fit inside, so that's cool.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's
All
just
right,
cards.
cool. Next is Turbo Sleuth by WizKids. When I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna report this game because I want to have this game. It's a real time detective game where you're trying to find out who done it and with what.
Who
It
done
could play
it?
up to eight. It could play up to 8 players, and you're racing against the other
Ooh.
eight to actually figure out. You play cards and you connect the things that the
So
clues that
parang clue.
you saw in a way, but with speed. I think so. I don't know the other mechanics yet. They haven't
With
they haven't
speed.
said it,
It's like Clue.
but in real time with speed. So
Alright.
what I like about it is you can play 8 players. That's one thing that I like
Mm.
about it, and you're
Well,
trying to
here's one thing we
outwit
don't.
everyone.
Denmark has like 7 friends, unlike us.
Yeah.
Other
Meron siyang 7 friends to play an 8 game.
yeah,
8 player game.
with, but
No,
Wow.
I'm just looking forward to after the pandemic when I can play with you
that's
guys
true.
and I can hang out around with you. So
So
maybe
we
if
just need 5 more people. Great.
we can find those. Alright. So if you're interested, family fun. I think your family would enjoy this also. Turbo Sleuth by WizKids. And the next one, this one I'm also interested because mystery games, the exit games, and what are the other exit games? Dexcapes. They've actually done mostly everything, right? You when you play one, you see that oh, I know how to do this because I've played this mechanic on a different exit game. So it's kind of getting stale. So what they did now, well, what Ravensburger did is that they released this game Echoes, where you're gonna play a mystery game, but you're only gonna listen to it. It's a co-op mystery game where you
Mm.
listen for clues through an app where you're trying to solve the mystery. And this is, I think, there's gonna be three first, but in each box, I think there are 5 or 4 mysteries inside. So you can, if you're interested, if you like exit games and you're done with with the common thing that you're gonna cut this one, fold this one, rotate this one, place this in the mirror, maybe this might be
Well,
something
you
new for
haven't
you.
done. Listen to this one.
Yes,
Listen.
listen to this one. Then, if that's something for you,
Something you've been
Echoes.
looking forward to do in this game. Dash Audio
Uh,
Mystery Spiel. Nakalagay.
Kyo has a game that can be played with Alexa. It's called Saint Noir, where you're actually talking to
Yeah.
Alexa and you're trying to solve it. Maybe somewhere around that line, but from what I've heard, this one is you're gonna listen to the clues. That's how you're gonna find out who done it. Maybe
Akala
footsteps,
ko this one's
broken
gonna use
glass.
Siri.
So,
No, I
so
mean,
if,
I mean, these are done extremely well. These, like, what do you call this? Escape room games, right? So, but I guess this is something similar. So let's see if this is something that
Mhm.
is papatok sa mga gamers.
Right. So this is just flash news contributed by one of our viewers. Clint said Cryptid Urban Legends has recently been announced by Osprey Games. Yay, Cryptid.
Alright.
Ron and Javi are giving me a lot of hard time because I like Cryptid. But hey, look, expansion. So
If they're giving you a hard time, then you can play with Clint, who will like it with
validated.
you.
All right.
Or play with
All
your
right.
7 other friends who you're going to
My
play with.
imaginary
Parang
seven
ang
other
scary, paano pag may ibang marinig, sabi sa chat.
Right.
I guess that is, well, we can have Ron Villaver do this in his ASMR voice.
Cool, cool. All right. All right, here we go. Next,
What's next?
Jake loves this one.
Oh, it's my game. It's my game. Okay, Summoner
your
Wars,
game.
2nd edition. After, dare I say, almost 10 years now? Probably. Every almost
Probably.
10 years of from the first edition, we are finally getting a rework of Summoner Wars. And this was quite a journey because if you, ito na, sit down kids, this has been quite a journey.
Gather round, children.
Gather round, children. Let me
Around.
talk to you about good old Summoner Wars. If you remember Plaid Hat Games, this was their first game that came out, and then at some point Plaid Hat Games got bought by Asmodee, Z-Man, and then got
Asmodee.
bought by Asmodee. So for a long time, this was been in limbo. This game, which is designed by Colby Dauk, who is the founder of Plaid Hat Games, and this is heavily inspired by Colby Dauk's own experience playing Heroescape. So he loves Heroescape, and he has a lot of history playing Heroescape. Him and Rob Davio, who designed both Risk Legacy and, we shall not mention, Seafall. But
Well,
but yeah, that's the whole history before Summoner Wars. It's actually Heroescape inspired, and for a long time it was in limbo. And then finally, when he bought back Plaid Hat Games, now Colby owns Plaid Hat Games again. This is one of the games he wanted to reprint, Summoner Wars. So for people who don't know, Summoner Wars is a 2-player 1-versus-1 game. Am I dropping? Sorry. 1-versus-1 game wherein you are playing units on the board, on the map, using cards. It's really cool. Tons of armies in the game. And it recently got released. Summoner Wars 2nd Edition after a lot of build-up. So that's it. Summoner Wars 2nd Edition. And I'm looking forward to playing this with anybody who wants to play this. Please. let me
With
know.
your other 7 friends.
With my other I don't have 7 friends. So can you see, ako excited ako sa mga 2-player games lang eh. Kasi hindi naman ganun kadami friends ko. Pero ito si Denmark excited sa mga 8-player games.
8-player games.
Dude, come on, look. It's like 8 player. And, never mind. You want 2-player games? Clint said that Cryptid was a 2-player game. So
Yeah.
it's not an expansion. It's a 2-player game. All right. So there, Summoner Wars, and I think Soy also will play with you. Summoner Wars.
There you go. Oh, so Keo was
You have
also in the
two.
chat. People in the chat, Keo just posted the Summoner Wars, free-to-play
Yeah.
Summoner Wars app. It's a web-based app.
Cool.
So you can play the
try it
game
out
right
first,
now.
right?
Yep,
Before you,
right.
you buy the game. Cool. All right,
Exactly.
next news. Here we
What's
go.
next? Oh, Onitama, Light and Shadow. Right. So another expansion to Onitama. I believe this is the third expansion to
Yeah, I
Onitama.
think so. Right.
Introduces yet again two modules.
Yet
All
again.
right. So
Why? For the
uh,
last two expansions, there were two modules every time.
no, I just reported one about
Okay, okay.
about Fort Cats and Dogs, and then now
All
I
right,
have
right,
Light
right.
and
Modules
Shadow.
again. Right. Cool.
Yes, great again. So Light and Shadow introduces the ninja in Onitama. So the ninja can be played in two modes or modules. The shadow, uh, shadow mode, wherein you have symmetrical powers. Basically, you each have your own ninja hidden behind a screen.
Oh, that's what
So
the
hidden
screen is for.
movement,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So that's what the screen is for. So it's hidden movement. While the light module is parang it's another game mode to the original
Mm-hmm.
Onitama game, wherein one player plays as a ninja and the other plays as the original pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for Light and Shadow
I
Onitama.
don't. You know what I don't like about Onitama? It's the box.
Mm.
When people visit before, they think, "Hey, let's play Jenga." Why is your Jenga different?
Play Jenga.
And I'm like, dude, this is not Jenga. I
It's
wish
a
you could have
party
done it
So
game.
yeah,
in a different way.
It's a
So,
yeah.
party
but
It's
hey,
game.
if you're a
it's a
fan of
mat, right? It's
Onitama,
it's a mat for all, right?
yeah,
Game mat siya, di ba? Naka-row. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
right.
That's what they
Okay.
do. So, if you're a fan,
Great.
maybe you could check this out. And
Yeah.
next in our news is for the Lord of the Rings fans, especially those who got the Journeys in Middle Earth, the one that based off from Mansions of Madness version 2, where they use the app. I think this
Mm.
is the same thing that they're using. I know Ron has one. Well, if you want more content for your game and you've played it up to the limit, guess what? There's an expansion. Of course, it's FFG. It's
Typical
gonna
FFG
there's gonna be
move.
an expansion. FFG, here we go. And it's spreading war. I think you're gonna have new heroes and new maps. And one of the special things that caught my eye was that you can play as a bear, as the hero bear. Right there at the back. Do you see that? That
I'm
image.
sold. I'm sold.
That
I'm
that
gonna get.
I'm sold with a
I'm
K.
gonna. I can play as
you
a
can
bear.
you can play as a bear. So if
Wait,
that
so
if
may
that
mini din yung bear? Tama
yes,
ba?
the bear has a mini and it has
Alright.
Done.
its own stats and everything else. So if you're interested in more journeys,
Playing
more
as a bear.
adventures in Middle Earth,
Playing as a
spreading
bear.
war, playing as a bear, then you might want to
A
check
bear
out
that is spreading war, by the way.
Lord of
Yes.
the Rings. Spreading war. All right. And coming off the heels of its recent win. Oops. Hey, wait. I forgot this one. Everdell. Everdell puzzles and cards and puzzles are they're
Cards and
releasing a
puzzles.
puzzle for Everdell. If you guys like the art and you want a
Mm-hmm.
conversation starter on your coffee table or you just like puzzles in general, maybe you
Mm-hmm.
want to check out Everdell. They're gonna have I saw Spirecrest, I saw Pearlbrook. This is the base box. They have it all in
Mm.
1000 piece. So if you're interested with that one, maybe you guys want to check out
Yep.
Everdell cards and puzzles. Same
If you
people who
haven't
made
opened
Stardew.
your expansion boxes yet, why not add more Stardew games
Well, if you need,
boxes to your collection?
but but I don't know if Jake will allow this in board games because
hey, it's a free country. If Denmark believes that this is a game, then why don't the chat? I see the chat already talking about it. Let us know. What do you think about this? Denmark already posited the question.
okay, so it's board game related. It's Everdell, so I have that going for me. So maybe you can make it
Okay.
slide. All right, cool, cool.
Mm,
Let's not dwell in that any further. And as I was saying, hot of the heels of its recent win, we have
Hot off the
um,
press.
Micro Macro Full House. Wait, ooh, so small.
wow.
Okay lang. It's kind of like the game.
Yeah. Like
It's
see,
really
Yeah.
representative. It's representative of the game.
so
It's
it's
like
not an
it's
expansion.
new. it knew it was going to win. Conspiracy,
So
It
right,
knew it was
Sorry,
going
right.
to
news.
win. You're
It
right.
Sorry,
knew,
news.
and it had
So
an
we are
expansion
factual.
immediately after it got announced, right? That they won. There's
That is
immediately an
quite
expansion.
fishy.
So, so Micro Macro Full House, Crime City Full House is not an expansion. That's what they're saying. It's a new story from
Mm.
the original one. So if you've played the first one, if you're one of the lucky ones to have a Micro Macro here, and you've played everything else, maybe this is something that you want to watch out and look forward to. More maps, um, more clues, more mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
Micro Macro Full House. All right.
Another
So
additional
So this is a
buff to
standalone
the
game, I guess, right?
to your
yes, it is. It is. It is a standalone game.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
cool.
Cool.
Another box of
Another
unplayed games.
box. And now we're gonna transition to crowdfunding
Sa-
news. I love
Sabi
that.
ni Sir Freddy, para daw comedy news yung channel
I
natin
love
because
that.
of that
I don't.
transition.
I don't care no matter what you guys say. I love that.
Okay. Love it.
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
so yeah, we're up for crowdfunding. So Kickstarter games, boys, here we go. So first off is Oros. So I think it's one of those heavier kind of games. It's a strategy kind of game. Wherein it's both a worker placement. It's also a tile shifting game. You can see the board here in the video playing in the background. So there are tiles. As they mention it, they describe it as parang moving the plate tectonics around. Yeah. So
Whoa.
Okay.
yeah. See, there you go. So it's like a puzzle kind of game as well.
It's
So
like this local game that I know. It's like Folded Wishes where you push stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
wow.
So you're forever editing the map as you go.
Ma-guess
Oh,
nga
cool,
yung
cool.
designer ng Folded Wishes.
Yeah,
Na-guess
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
niya
Maybe
minsan.
they
no,
based
oh,
this game from Folded Wishes. Why not?
Yeah,
wow,
wow.
what an honor. Yeah, yeah. So you can see the worker placement aspect here right now.
It moves
Wherein,
everything.
you have your own
Right.
board,
Cool.
and then it affects the map.
This
So
is interesting. Mhm.
yeah, it's very interesting. It's always good to discover new games in Kickstarter, right? It has potential, definitely. That's why I
Mhm.
put it here. So it well, the art also caught me. That's why I wanted to share this Kickstarter with
Oh, it's really cool. Yeah, no?
yeah, it looks
I,
cool. Yeah.
I assume you're
You
creating
play
your
one
character.
as one of the
You
demigods, yun. So that's why you can shift around the
No,
mountains.
it's so nice, but it's also giving me Gugong vibes.
Oh no!
It's also giving me Gugong. Sorry to all the Gugong fans in the chat.
Gugong is a great game.
The game Folded Wishes rip
Good
off,
game.
says Clint. So this is a Folded Wishes rip off. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Hey, why not?
but it
Might
seems
be.
interesting, right?
It's interesting.
Box
It's
seems
interesting. I saw this
Cool.
in the front page of BGG today. So
Right.
seems
I'd
to
play.
So
I'd play
that's
this.
a good sign.
I'd play this.
It's doing its marketing.
yeah.
Right.
All right.
Cool. Cool. Next.
All right. So next.
have one more?
Game. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Another game is looks like another ripoff. It's Thunder Rolls.
One to eight players.
1 to 8 players, you say?
1 to 8 players, guys.
Nani?
8 is the
Thunder
magic
Rolls
number.
is as its name implies. No, it's a dice chucking game wherein you use the dice and apply it to the different cards you have. Right. So what this game reminds me of is right out of the bat is automobiles. If
Mhm.
Oh.
that bag
AEG.
building racing game, yeah, AEG. So even the art seems familiar.
The same.
to
Looks the
that game,
same.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Cars.
so
Automobiles.
it's a
Yeah.
stock car racing game. So it has a little bit of programming and of course dice chucking and then applying your dice to the different actions that are available to you during the game. And guess what? It's a racing game. First one to finish. wins the game.
Really?
8 racers compete. If you have 7 other friends, Go play this game.
Or
Thunder Roll.
if you don't mind running two cars.
Right.
If you don't mind playing against yourself,
For each.
buy
Cool.
Thunder
All
Roll.
this
Back at Kickstarter.
self deprecating jokes on when we'll be able to play as a group again. But we look forward to it. Not nothing against solo gaming. I know Soy is in the chat. Hi Sir Soy, but we love solo gaming too. But we want to play. But we want to have
For,
7 friends as well, just like
for
Denmark.
games that are meant to be played solo, yes. But
There are
if it's
games,
1 to
right, that are
8
meant.
players,
Yeah,
I think this can also play solo because it says 1 to 8, right? So
1 to 8, yeah,
it
definitely.
maybe they could give it a try also. So there you go, Thunder
that's
Rolls.
interesting. Okay.
Thunder Rolls and Oros for Kickstarter. Go look it
Right.
up.
I'm
So
interested with Oros. That looks nice.
yeah, looks interesting. Looks very promising.
Palaro na lang Denmark when you back it.
I don't
Also,
mind.
it's not
Ron
part
Baba.
here, but I also want to mention those who are fans of Hero Realms. I was discussing this a while ago with Jake.
Yeah.
They did a 2 week Kickstarter
Oh,
campaign for
right, right.
their
Online.
digital.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for their digital platform. So there are two pledge levels, if I'm not mistaken. There's a $25 pledge and there's a $99 pledge.
Mm-hmm.
So the $25 pledge is they basically return to you in full the amount you pledge. They'll be giving you $30 in amount of parang, I don't know, gems or in-game currency, right?
Okay.
That you can spend on
Like a
the
gems in like a gems.
right? So spend as how you want it, I suppose. And but the $99 pledge gives you full access to everything, even the all their expansions that they'll be releasing
Okay. Okay.
in the digital mode and
Ah, okay.
all of the tournaments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think that uses in-game currency, similar to what MTGA does, diba? Yeah, Gem.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
Gems Gold.
if you really love Hero Quest, why not go for the
Hero
hundred
Realms,
dollar
Hero
Hero
Realms.
Hero Realms?
Realms.
Why not go for
Yeah,
the $100
it's a good deck building game. So
package?
it's a
So
good
sorry, the
one.
$99 pledge gets you all the expansions, future expansions.
Future
Yes, in
release,
the
right?
future. Yes, future releases as long as the app is alive. That's what it
But
says.
there's no in-game credit for that $99.
There's no in-game credit because basically they're giving away everything. Plus they have like Kickstarter exclusive um alternative art to the
Mm-hmm.
cards. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cosmetic. But yeah, so they are also offering that for the $99 pledge. So
Cool.
that's it. I think it's the last 2 days because they'll be releasing it beta access to all the backers. They can play it as early as August 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But the release will be around um, September for the beta, or maybe next year. I'm not so sure, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the benefit of backing it right now. You can play it as early as August. So there you have it.
There
Hero
you go.
Realms Digital Edition.
Hero Realms.
That's our crowdfunding roundup, and that's the news for the last half of July, second half of July. Those
July
are
is
the
about to be
news
done.
that we got and we presented to you. If you're interested in some of them, go check it out. But also, if you have
Yes, sir.
news that we might have skipped or you might want us to report in the future, hey, message us on the Variable Play page and just say, hey, this is news. Maybe you want to consider this, and we will. We will consider your news because this is, after all, a community news show. So there you go. Anything else, guys?
There's a question in the
So
chat.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There's a question.
Will the beta play include Google Play
Google
platform? I
Play.
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In
if
your
I'm not mistaken, from the page, they did mention both iOS and Android.
there you go.
So I
Okay.
guess yeah, but
All right.
don't
So
hold
if
me on to
there
that.
aren't any more questions about the news.
Mhm.
About
No.
us, if you want to
Any
know
news?
more
Any
about
news
us,
that
Oh, there.
was there
See,
anybody who shared? I think
we
Clint
were
shared
gonna.
something a while
Aya
ago.
was saying something. Jake was supposed to report about that exact thing.
yeah. Yeah, we wanted to see more. So Aya in the chat is talking about the colonialism article, and I guess Aya was talking about this a couple
The
of tweets or one tweet that came out that there's three main headlines on that. I can't remember all the headlines, but one of the headlines, for example, was Mombasa, a Fister game, is going to get a rework wherein they're going to take out the colonialism. Sorry, the colonialism side, the slavery side of that game. Basically, just to be more sensitive of themes moving forward. I think I couldn't find the particular news for that, Aya. If any article is on that, please feel free to share that, and maybe we can talk about that more in the next show.
And we also have Wilhelm Su, who won the 52 or 53 card design in Board Game Geek, the contest, and he practically swept every category with his design. And we're gonna have him tomorrow at open game night. If you guys are interested to learn and pick his brain, congrats to Wilhelm Su. There, the link. Ron has posted the link in the chat. You can see his solo trick taking game. Okay, it beat almost all the category. He won almost everything, and it was in the news. I know you saw it somewhere in the forums. I know you saw it, and we're gonna have him tomorrow. So, we're gonna have him as guest tomorrow at open game night. And Aya, you can send Jake the article. Thank you for that one. Congrats again, Wilhelm Su. Hey, Filipinos are winning left and right in international competition. We are so good. I just want to congratulate everybody. We beat them in brawn, weightlifting. Now we beat them in board game brains. So there you go. All right. Cool. Anything else?
Morgan is looking for a Chica Minute section. So Morgan, wait for the TikToks that we're gonna collect and show on this show. We found this board gamer guy who's really good at TikTok. Wait for it. We're gonna show it in the show.
Chika Minute.
Chika Minute. Sinech ite. Sinech ite.
Morgan may
Board
bibili na
gamer.
namang board game.
Yeah.
So
Abangan mo lang.
this is VariablePlay news, and you can check out the other shows at the VariablePlay network. You can just go there and click the videos, and we hope to see you soon. We hope to see you next 2 weeks from now, where we're gonna report the first part of the news for
build up to Gen Con.
August, right? The build
It's
up
the
for
build up to Gen Con, so a lot of news coming up soon.
Yes.
all right. There you go. But until then, this is Denmark.
Jake and
Oh, sorry, nag-freeze na naman. Sorry, mahina ang internet dito. Mahina
let's
dito sa Germany,
Do
guys.
this again. Take 2. So until then, this is Denmark.
This is Jake, nag-uulat.
and Ron.
Thank you, everybody.
Naglilingkod.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Until next time, see you.
Until next time. See you.